That's cool. In the post that I have that I'll post tomorrow, you'll see a non-salesy post that will set me up to have conversations with people who engage with it, so that I am positioning myself so that they're looking for, well, I don't want to give away too much, positioning myself where I actually can have a conversation with them and make that transition either in the message or in a meeting that I'll schedule with them where I have the opportunity to sell. And there's a time to start that selling process where most people break that rule all the time. Okay, I'm done. Please come on, speak.
Well, you may hear some additional noise today. I didn't realize today was digital learning, so this means she just goes to work with me.
Oh, all right. Elisa's here. Is she gonna take over? She's in charge.
Hi, Elisa.
Hey, Elisa, come over here. Say hi to everyone.
Say hi.
Aww.
Hi, cutie. Ooh, you got a new hat.
Yeah, she has a beret, I think it's called. What do they call it?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, she
Very
has a whole,
stylish. Jean-Michel can tell us.
she has a whole
yes, beautiful beret.
French coat with a nice design on it. Okay, you go say bye, go play.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Well,
That's your heart.
All right, you've got some serious competition in the hat department.
Yeah, I know.
I'm buying hats just to annoy
I don't
Ed.
think at the same rate that I'm buying them, but that's okay. Girls wear hats better than guys.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so what I did today was, instead of using that Google document, I saved it as a PDF. And so when I share it, I think the PDF is just easier because we're having a lot of jolt backs and all that stuff. And I know that Ed sent out an email yesterday. Did everyone get that email? Anyone didn't get it? Raise a hand.
I don't think I got it. This is Susie.
Susie.
Yes.
So
Susie
Ed,
and Ron didn't get it? Hold on.
Susie, can you put your email in the chat and then we'll just
Sure.
forward it to you real quick. Basically, there's 3 links in there. Here, I'll put the mic closer to me. And essentially, one was just a list of everyone that added their information so you can connect with them. The other was the link to, Ed, did you want to forward that email to her? Or you want me to do it?
You have it?
No, I have to bring it up.
I'm putting that information in the chat, Susie, so you can get started here if you'd like.
Okay. Yeah, so there were 3 links in there. One was a list spreadsheet to allow you to connect with everyone. The second one was a link to the Beep Together, because we'll be going through that today. And I forgot what the third one was. Working off early memory.
That was the hashtag. So
the hashtag.
to join create our new community, our special insider information community.
Yeah. So if we could click this link here.
Oh, the links. Yeah, Jean-Michel has all the links that would be in the email.
There you go.
Right,
well done.
I'll follow it right now.
Bravo.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Follow. There you go. 1 follower. I'm the first one.
Where? On the.
You sent the email out and didn't even follow it.
No, I was the first follower.
That's just 1 follower. Me.
That was me.
Me.
I was.
No, we're all the first.
I guess so. We all win together. No, I followed it right. In fact, there are other people that got in there before I did, and I liked their posts. Like Pat is in there. I forget somebody else is in there. I can't remember the first one who posted.
So is this, so it's essentials for biz, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you my screen just for laughs.
It's broken.
Well,
what did you do?
Gotta make sure.
You broke it.
So I gotta be able to see this here. So it says 1 follower.
Yeah,
so is it spelled right?
Yeah. I took it from your post. There we go. Who's this? She was the first one to post with the hashtag.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe it might take some time to
Propagate it again for the,
Yeah.
but you should, everybody, the hashtag exists. So if you put in that hashtag, you'll end up there.
So let's
Oh.
do this. Let's have everyone click on that link and see if they see this Georgia Pharmacy Association. If they can see that, then it's showing right information. Let's have a raise of hands who can see that on their own, not on my screen, but on your screen.
See.
Okay,
In fact,
cool. I
was
think we're
just in
good.
there. I just showed somebody that thing.
All right, awesome. All right, we'll use that hashtag then. All right, so another thing too is I will go ahead and share my screen again and get to the Google Doc here. Created a PDF out of it. Let's see. Can I zoom in somehow with this? Yeah, there's a zoom button. There you go. There you go. All right, so yesterday, we're just getting started on what items to post, concepts, software to use, understanding a call to action, initiating a discussion and allowing to have a permission-based activities. Just a raise of hands, just curious. Oh, I won't be able to see you on the chat. Let's do that. On the chat, put a 1 if you have signed up for the Beep Together thing, and a 2 if you're not going to use it. And then we'll just deal with the hashtags. We'll still show what's happening. Unsure. Okay.
There's something, couple of ways that I think we should handle this for people, whether they're in Beep2B or not. And that's when they should go and do the search on the hashtag and start commenting on people's posts. Just so that you have some momentum as you're going into that 11:15 Beep2B event.
Yeah. So does anyone have any questions on that? If they want, we can have a quick open discussion on it. And then Ed, you can kind of take over that part of that the rest of that conversation.
Which session should we register for?
The 11 o'clock on
Okay.
Beep2B. I'll walk you through it. Although there's some things that
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to show you. I'll have to kind of explain what you're going to need to do and what you need to look for. But
Okay.
I already practiced. I did it with my friend earlier, just before this call, and he said he understood perfectly. So I don't know if he's being kind or not.
We try to be kind. All right. So if anyone has any just quick questions about that, feel free. If not, I kind of want to talk about the post before we get into showing the demo for the Beep2B so people can understand the instructions. Is anyone having any, are we going to use Beep2B together today? No, it's going to be tomorrow on Wednesday for 11 o'clock Eastern, which is 8 o'clock West Coast time.
Oh, okay. I signed up for the right one then. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Early cancellations. I think it's just month per month. So if you pay 1 month, you can cancel before the next one. Are we going to use Beep Together? No, we already read that one. And the other thing I want to talk about is, does anyone have any questions on their own posts, on what they want to do? I have an idea. What I'm building one right now on Canva, and I decided to do a tip, and I'll have a little picture of a mobile phone, and I'll give like part of my daily process, and one of those things are videos. No, baby, you gotta go. She's being difficult. You go there and play.
Because she wants the camera and the mic, and you keep hogging it.
All right. She's pretty good though. Yeah, so if anyone had any questions on how to create their own post, let me know. I have a Canva post ready, still need to work on the copy. Got it, very good. All right.
Don't get hung up on the post. It's no big deal. If it's not perfect, that's okay. It's more important for you just to get this one out than anything else.
Oh,
so you can see how the
it's,
process works.
so Kathy, if you want to share what you have, I'm open to it. Okay, Susie needs a copy of the document. And then I have a post done. I have posted. No, you don't have to post it yet. We'll do it tomorrow. What's going to happen is right at 11, we'll all post, and then we'll add the link to the Beep system, and then we'll start adding the hashtags to the post so we can follow it. How can I share it? Ed, can you give Kathy permissions to share screen? We can spend some time on
There you
this.
go.
There you go. And I'll show
Floor is
you what I'm
yours.
working on as well afterwards. Okay, look at Kim has a draft. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea, Jamie. You can add a story, a tip, or make it interactive, definitely. And I'll give you guys some ideas. So we sharing screen?
Yes.
Awesome.
I'm working on it.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm kind of pushy sometimes. I
That's
apologize.
all right. Let me bring up, I gotta find it. That's the picture, but I made a post. So give me one sec.
Okay.
Let's see. Sorry.
Oh, take your time. No worries. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah. My bar is being hidden by there. Okay, let me find Canva. I'm getting there, guys.
And it doesn't have to be Canva. It could be one of the plethora of images that I have a link for. It could be any of the images that's supplied by the Beep Together
There you go.
network. They give you a bunch of images. It could be a poll,
There it is. Let me make it bigger.
Okay. What's it about?
This is, well, you'll see as soon as you read it.
Yeah, it looks like
Oh.
a celebration to me.
It's a
Yeah.
celebration.
Or
There.
liberation.
So I am a totally different person than I was 5 years ago when I went invisible on LinkedIn.
Uh-huh.
And I've put a couple posts up, but with this, I really want to let people know what I'm doing, why, and I think the I'm coming out will get people's attention.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it'll just be a kind of my story of what's happened and what I'm offering the world now.
Oh, very nice. If you have any kind of outreach to your first level connections, if the post is appropriate, you can use it as a quarterly or what's new, and send it to them as well. And that sometimes creates a bunch of buzz. Most of the time you have to ask permission, but there's certain things you can get away with without permission. Things like, if I'll send quarterlies to my network and it'll distribute out, accordingly. And I don't
How do
really
you
have.
do that? I mean, is that a different method? Is there a
Yeah, well, because the concept of a quarterly is what's happening in my world or in the business or whatever. And it can be a little more verbose as a direct message. And then you could have the link your actual post, and then people will go back to the post to take a look at it. That's one idea. I wouldn't use that all the time, but there's certain things you can get away with once, or once in a while. Quarterlies only happen 4 times a year.
So logistically, how do you do, is that like a direct message going to them?
Yeah. So what you would do is create your entire post it, and do whatever you want with it, right? But the link for the post, you could put in a direct message, and you can say, hey, you could say, to sending out to my network, this is my quarterly, this is what's new, or whatever you want on there, and then add the link, and then it'll show it inside the inside the direct message, and you can send it to your network. You just have to be very careful about the volume of what you do in your direct messages. you don't want to send more than, maybe, 40 or 50 a day or something like that,
Okay,
You can get away with 100 sometimes, but LinkedIn, you got to be real careful, and then you have to list it as, what's new or quarterly, so
Okay.
people's brain are tuned a little differently to some of those things. Yeah, you can, a direct message you can send to anyone you want. I was suggesting for her, for Kathy to send it to her first level connections, because so she's letting her network know what's happening, and that will give you a boost, overall boost with that first post, because you could say something along the lines, if you can, I would click on the post or whatever, kind of guide them a little bit, without being too pushy. So Ed, if you want to allow me to share my screen, unless I already have it.
Okay. So no,
Oh, I can do it already.
Yeah.
I got it. Awesome. So what I'm going to do is, yeah, I got a little screen.
Anyone can share their screen. If somebody doesn't
Oh,
like
cool.
what you have on the screen, they can just put their stuff on there.
Awesome. So I'm going to go into my Canva right now, and I just started on the idea, so it's nowhere near done, but hopefully it'll give some other ideas to everyone else. If it would load. So
it's just.
this is a template, and I did not design this. I just grabbed the template because I am lazy.
The rest of us around the wife or the husband.
Yeah, so what I'm going to end up doing here is I grabbed a PDF template I like the fonts and stuff. I'm gonna make the words bigger. I'll have a big mobile phone here, and I want to talk about personalization, and this will be on a daily tip. So what I want to teach people is, use your mobile device to actually send a video to someone after they connect with you, and that will allow you to have a piece of personalization that will help
Somebody needs
engage
to
quite a bit.
mute their mic.
Oh, that's fine. And so right here, let me see. I'm sorry, my screen is so small, I can't even see what's going on here. So I have a choice, and I can select what slides I want out of that. I could add an image, and I'll just give an example. Like a bunch of stuff I uploaded, and to say I wanted to put my photo on here, right? Let's say I'll just grab this, right? And
It's that good-looking black guy there in the corner.
he's all right. And then if I want to edit the image and knock it out, it has a ability to do that. You don't have to think too much. And of course, I won't use this image, but I have an outline on this one. I can get another image, it'll knock it out, and I'll have the photo in there. And then I could find things like elements like mobile, or maybe iPhone.
Show us how you did that white outline.
Oh yeah, I did that in
Cool.
Photoshop, unfortunately. But you can grab one of these and drop it in here, and then you can add an image on it or whatever you want. And so I'm talking about personalization. If someone connects with you, what do you do in your first message? And how do you make that first message impactful? And I want to make personalization that is actually personalized. That's the term I'm putting up there. And so that's a concept. And you have all these different templates. So the font's are already done, and you just take out the 3 or 4 slides that you want to keep. And it makes it, pretty easy to kind of build something out, especially if you already know the content in your head. You got to find out what fits. Now, the total process for this is going to take me about an hour to an hour and a half to do, so I'm spending more time. A lot of people only spend 20 minutes on a post or whatever, but I'll spend about a good hour on this to knock a nice PDF
Holy
out.
smokes. Hour. 10 minutes, man.
10, well, yeah,
9 minutes, 9 minutes.
that's true. It really depends because the purpose of this for me, for this one post, is so people will download the PDF. You know, if they download the PDF, it's something that's a little more evergreen for them. The PDF allows people to click back and forth, which boosts the algorithm as well. And it's something I can put on my my cover of my profile for a bit. So I'm using it as multi-purposes and stuff. And how long does it take to do 3-4 slides? Maybe 30 minutes, something like that. Yeah, and I didn't create the template. I'm just using what they have there. You know.
That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, they have plenty of templates in there. And I also have a bunch of PowerPoint presentations I've done in the past. I can reuse the styles and stuff. So definitely think about how to reuse, you know, some of your past blogs or past posts and how you can restructure it. So again, if you run into problems with ideas on posting, look at that that content calendar that comes with the Beep Together network. If you sign up, you'll get a link to download it, and it's a Google document of some sort, and it has a bunch of great ideas. My number one thing is, how did I help someone, or how did I solve a problem? You know, every day you're at work and you're solving problems for your clients. Now, what's a good problem to solve, you know, that you can share? The third one, which I'm doing right now, is going to be a tip. How can I provide a tip that's actually going to help individuals? That one tip can get me like 35 meetings a week easily. You know, that's me, of course, but about
Are you saying
one
we
out
can't
of,
do that?
well, I mean, it depends on your volume and who you're reaching and what you're serving and your audience and your business and all that stuff. I think that if you send a personalized video through the mobile app, you get a much higher conversion if they see it. So 1/3 of the people who see the video actually book a meeting with me. And everyone who does see a video, at least 80% of them that see the video reply at least. And so you want to, how do I personalize and engage with that individual? And this is just a tip on how to do that. Anyway, that's what I'm doing for tomorrow. And I will not be eligible for any prizes. So don't worry.
Aren't you giving some of the prizes? Are you
Yeah, I'm
consulting
giving
with
the prizes
yourself?
out.
Okay. Yeah. You should, I don't know if you want to do that. You should do that.
Yeah.
This is a
Okay.
video you're sending as a message to people?
No, I'm actually doing a post. And
Okay.
in the post will be a PDF talking about how to create a video for people, you know, for a welcome, for the purposes of welcome. And I'll show them where to go. Like, for example, I would not go to the actual messages. I would go to my network and my connections, because sometimes when people connect, you don't know. You don't get a text message or a DM on LinkedIn. So I'll give them very, very specific instructions, and it's just very helpful and unique to the individual, because they see your face, they hear your voice, and you spent a little bit extra time to engage with that individual. See. All right, so that's all. I think that's all we have talking about posts, unless anyone has any questions. If not, when do we do videos? We're uploading a video to LinkedIn or housing it somewhere else? Oh, yeah, that's a good question. If you want to use a video as a post, there's a couple rules, and we went through it yesterday. You want to make your video between 30 seconds and a minute and a half long, maybe up to 2 minutes-ish. You will upload it directly to LinkedIn. You won't link it out of LinkedIn or YouTube. The best way to do is upload it natively to LinkedIn, and then you want to have your content, so you probably want to prep your content for the video. Did that answer your question, Kathy?
I'll
take that as a yes. So Ed, if you want to take over.
2 questions.
Oh, there's more questions.
No, I have 2 questions.
Oh, please.
Number 1, So you've done this. I've seen this done. I haven't done it before, where you have a article that is too long for a post. We actually have a member that has this problem. So you post the article and then you post a post, which is kind of a summary of the article with a link to the article. And then when people engage with the post, it actually shows up, like if it's a like, if it's a comment, well, mostly likes, they show up on the article. How do you do that?
Only if you, only right after you publish an article. So when you're creating an article and you hit publish, it gives you an option. Do you want to share with your,
So that's it. Okay.
yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
If you don't do it, then if you create a post about it, it won't link it. I mean, you can link it on an actual post, but all the likes and stuff don't translate over. They only stay on the individual post.
Okay. Thank you. B, am I not eligible for a prize?
So we're not, Ed, we're not eligible.
I'm a judge. Does that matter?
Yeah, you're too good at it. It's not fair.
As long as you're judging someone else.
Yeah, whatever. All right.
I had a quick question, Troy. When you're doing a deck of sort or a PDF, I guess, document, is there a number of pages that you 1 to 2 or 3, you know, I know you're trying to be as simple and easy as possible for a quick read, but what is your recommendation if you're sending like a presentation of sort that you
Yeah,
just don't like?
you know, 3 to 5 on average. If you need to be a little more, that's fine. The reason being is you're taking a single idea and spreading it out through multiple frames, you know, and then you're kind of leading the story. And you say,
Right.
oh, I said, oh, it's a big question. I want to see, you know, how do you do this, you know, and then and they'll click to engage to see how to get that done. And if you have 3 points, you could separate them out. One thing about the Canva templates, the text is a little small, but on LinkedIn, the best way to do that is have very large text and simple concepts. So LinkedIn in general is more visual, you know, because it entices people, color entices people, fonts and things like that. The same thing goes with your profile, you know, 70% visual and 30%, you know, is the content. So.
Got it.
Yeah,
Thank
but you
you.
can increase the volume on the Canva texts. I mean, increase the size of the Canva text.
Oh, you can definitely. But I guess I was referring to some of the templates have a format, like 4 blocks here and there, and
Oh, yeah.
you have to change the format or remove it. You know, you also have to balance how much time you put into these, because if I spend an hour, I can repurpose it or whatever, and that's a good thing. But I have multi-purposes for that post, and sometimes I don't. I may just have a text and image and put it out there, or I might see a video that conveys the idea I want, and then I'll translate that video up there. You know, you just want to get the flow of the ideas out there in a way that people will want to see that. One thing that doesn't work well are very corporate, you know, business advertisement, any of that kind of stuff, you know, that looks very unauthentic. People shy away from those things. So if you spend a lot of time on the super high-end presentation and they can't read it and all, it's just, you know, it's a little bit of a waste of time because of the attention span. So you want to convey a single concept or idea when you do that stuff.
Makes sense.
Yeah. All right. So Ed, you want to take over and just show us how this Beep Together thing work and kind of go through the process that we're going to shoot for tomorrow?
Sure. All right. Oh, that's not good. It's my personal email account. Maybe I shouldn't see that. Oops. Clients and conversations, all kinds of stuff there. All right, here we go. So you're going to go to Beep to Be, Beep Together. And if you haven't signed up, you really should. And there's a couple of reasons for that. You absolutely want to make sure you hit the 15 and 15 matrix. That's 15 comments, 15 likes in the first 2 hours. And if you don't hit that in the first 2 hours, you're going to see that your post is going to be a little flat. And if you're using Beep Together, then that's guaranteed that you're going to hit those numbers. Think of what we're doing together here as a group as just supporting what we're going to get out of Beep Together. So when you come here, you'll log in. Already signed up. Oh, I guess and you'll see this calendar here. Should I make this bigger? It is bigger. Make it even bigger. All right. So we're talking about the 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time posting party. So you're going to click on that, and then you're going to click to register. You're going to add it to your calendar, whatever calendar you're using. I use Google. And you're going to save it. It'll be added to your calendar. And then what you'll do, let's do this. They'll send you an email. Yeah, don't judge me. I'm using Earthlink as my personal email account.
Why not? You're going to judge us tomorrow.
That's true. We are. I'll be kind though. I'll try.
Okay.
I'll try. I do my best. And so you'll get an email from them. There it is. It's a confirmation. You're not going to do anything with this, but this ensures that you know now that for sure you're registered. 15 minutes or 30 minutes before the post party, you're going to get another message from Beep Together, just letting you know that there's a posting party. You've already signed up for it. Good idea to click on the link. And then a few minutes before 11 o'clock, you're going to get another email from Beep Together, and that is the email that is the money email. So there, and I just, unfortunately, unless it's live, I can't show you what you're going to need to do. I'm going to have to explain it to you when you go into Beep Together. Let me see if there's any way for me to, okay. So you can look at your parties and see which ones you're registered.
I'm so sorry. If we're not speaking, can we put our mics on mute?
Or maybe not. You can go through the training videos if you want to. It's, well, if you're on with us at 10 till, well, you know what? After you've posted your post, come back on the webinar with us, and then I'll show you all the things that you'll need to, that you'll see and what you'll need to do once you get into Beep Together. But once you've accepted the party, you know what your party is. Hold on here, posts. Oh, they're showing me my posts. So this is a little bit, it's confusing unless you can see what I'm doing. Let me take you out of here. So once you've signed up and it's 11 o'clock, there's going to be a countdown. And that's that period of time between 11 and 11:15 where you need to go into your post, copy the link. Oh, you know what? I should show you how to do that. So a lot of people do not know. That's just something I assume people know because I do it all the time. You go into LinkedIn. You go to your posts. You will, like this particular post, you'll go up here to these three dots. You'll copy the link to your post. You go back to Beep Together, and it's going to ask you for two things. It's going to ask you for a direct link to your post, and it's going to ask you for a description. So the description should be maybe the first line or first sentence of your post, or just something short that describes your post. You're going to put in that and your link, and then you're going to hit submit. You may see an error. Ignore the error. As long as you don't have any links on your post, it should be just fine. Ignore the errors, hit submit, and it'll say that you're live, you're good to go. The posting party will start at 11:30. In the meantime, we'll have the webinar going on. You can come back to us and we'll show you what you need to do next. The other option is, which I think you should do if you feel confident that, and we'll keep the webinar going for a little while until people are comfortable. If you have questions, just come back on the webinar and I can answer your questions live, so you don't have to go to Beep Together's tech support. The next thing that you want to do is put in the hashtag. What is our hashtag? What is it? Essentials for number 4 business. So hashtag essentials for business, and start engaging with the post that the group has posted, so that you get a little bit of momentum right away before the 11:15 start of the posting party. Troy, you look like you want to say something.
Yeah, so Elisa has brought up an interesting point. You have to go through the training before that allows you to register for the posting party.
They do. Oh my.
Yeah, you've been a member for a long time, so you probably don't remember.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. Fast
from
forward. Hit
ages ago.
double speed.
Yeah, and then there's a couple of things in the videos that you might want to show. And what was that hashtag? Was it trying to look back here?
Essentials for business.
I thought it was essentials for
biz, biz, B-I-Z.
B-I-Z, right? Yeah.
And if you can't follow it, so it'll show up in your feed, but certainly if you have the time and this gives you some practice, go in there and start engaging with people's posts that are in the group. I'm going to do that right away.
Yeah, so again, there's going to be 2 different things that's happening. Number 1 is a posting party, and another one is that hashtag. So we're going to follow that hashtag, but we're going to actually type the hashtag into search, and the post will come up. And it's important to kind of do it at that time between, or at least that day. The posting party is probably going to be the most important one because people are doing thoughtful comments. Everyone that's on that Beep Together network, that's part of the rules. They have to kind of spend time to have a thoughtful comment. If not, they get dinged. If you get dinged, how many times? They actually kick you out.
3 strikes
times.
And you're out.
If you have 3 complaints, they kick you out, you know? And the other rules are don't be argumentative, you know, don't make a big, you know.
Yeah, be polite. It's no big deal.
Don't start a fight, guys. Hey, we've got a good group
we're
of
just helping
people.
each other out.
I don't think anybody here is going to do anything like that.
No, those are one of the things that kick people out. What are some of the other rules? They have a lot of videos there too. Do you think you want to show them any of the videos that will?
Well, I don't. It's been forever since I've looked at the videos.
Yeah,
a good idea to sign up for it today so that you have a chance to go through the videos, but go through them quickly. We'll stay on the webinar probably for at least 15 minutes in, so that if you do have a question or you do have a problem, just hop back on the webinar, ask me, I can walk you through it. Every problem that existed with Beep Together, I've experienced, so I can help you get through it. The key is to really make sure you get your 15 comments in on Beep Together. So I like to comment on reply to people's comments on my posts as they're coming in, and then I go back and forth. The best way to do this is just get all the comments out of the way, your obligation to Beep Together, and then come back and reply to the comments that are being made on your posts. Yeah,
so Kathy had a question, the minimum number of posts
Doreen has one too
that we must like and comment. For the Beep Together, it's 15. And so, and it'll give you a list of who to go to. And so when it shows you the list, you just select, you know, because you viewed it. And so they know that you viewed it. And then you click on the actual post and you comment and like on that one. As far as the hashtag, it's going to be how many people add to the hashtag. I would say, post comment on what you want and like, because we have a small group here, we have right about 30. So to do 45 posts in a row, it may be a little difficult, especially if you have stuff going on during the day. So what I would suggest is at least get those 15 done. And if you're not part of the post party, try to do 15. And then maybe during the day, if you can, go back to that hashtag and comment during the day if you can, or even a little more in the following morning. It typically takes for me, about a minute or two to absorb content and to post something. Some people take 2 or 3 times as long. So if you just said an average of, say, 2 minutes per post, 15 comments is going to at least take you 30 minutes. So it is a little bit of work involved in that.
And I'm a turtle reader. I can get through it in about 40 minutes, and including replying to all of my posts.
Yeah,
So if I
some
can
of those
do it, you
speed
guys
reader.
could do it for sure.
Yeah, I scan, read, watch, boom, and then reply. But
It may help if, let's say, if you don't mind, Troy, people looking over your shoulder, you still remember the process. You're not that far removed from Beep Together, are you?
no, yeah. So we can go through the process
Yeah.
again.
No. I'm talking about live as this is going on. So once it goes live at 11:15, we can switch to your camera or my camera while we're posting. So people, if they're not sure what to do, they can just watch us do it live. And if you see us going through the process, then it'll be a lot easier for you guys.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I try.
Oh, someone just raised their hand. Who raised their hand?
Doreen.
Hi, everyone. I'm on the West Coast here near San Francisco, and when I go to my Beep, it has 8 o'clock and 11 o'clock, and I'm not sure if Beep adjusts for the
Apparently
time
they
zone.
did.
So
Oh,
they
no,
also,
she said she's on the West Coast. So
right.
what the
Yeah.
problem is when you signed up, you put the wrong time zone.
I
So-
put my time zone.
No, this is good, Doreen. So Beep is showing you your local time. So we are looking at the party 8 o'clock your time, 11 o'clock Eastern time, 10 o'clock Central time. So make sure you pick so we need to be in the same party, right?
Yes.
I mean, let's
So
put it
so
this way.
you're saying go ahead and select the one for 8 a.m. if you're on West Coast. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because it's probably showing a 3 a.m. as an option, which is crazy. Who's going to do that on
Yes,
the West
it's
Coast?
on mine. You're right. On mine, it has a 3, 8,
That's,
and 11.
Forget that.
Yeah,
That's
you
for
want to do the
Europe.
8 a.m. If you do the 8
3:30.
a.m., it'll be 11 for us.
Okay.
That's for Europe and England, guys. So
They did that
if you don't have
for.
to get up that early.
They
You
did
know,
that for
one
the
major
time.
mistake a lot of people make, I made this several times, and I hated myself for it. So if you add a link in the post, a link like YouTube link, a link to anything, it'll flag it. It doesn't like links in the post. So if you're gonna do a post, don't put one that there's a link actually in the post, okay? So if not, you're gonna have a terrible day. It's not gonna work.
Unless it's a share of an article, like as you
Sure.
described that process, then they'll probably still flag it, but just ignore it and hit submit, and it should be fine. That's kind of the thing about Beep Together, that sometimes you get these false error flags, and just keep going. As
So
long as you get the permission at the end when they say you're approved, you're fine.
My question then, Ed, is that there's only one Wednesday morning Beep Together. And it's, but they have it is just adjusted for the time zones.
There should be 3. There should be that 3 for you, should be 3 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and 11 o'clock for choices.
Okay. So what they're doing is actually there are 3, and I have to pick the 8 because it's okay.
Yeah, you pick the middle one. That's the easiest way to describe it. Pick the middle one.
There you go.
Now, if any of you guys going to be on.
Oh, it says, sorry, but we can't register you for a post party yet because I haven't done all the training.
Oh, the homework. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I just signed up with a new email, so I have to do the training again.
That's why Lisa saw that. She probably was the one going through it. Hey, Dad, we have to go through all this training.
Yeah. It'll take you like 10, 15 minutes. You can play it and skip through it, but it's pretty good. It kind of walks you through it. I mean, the principle is pretty easy. It's just the thing is that you're kind of agreeing to post at a certain time and participate in that posting party at a certain time.
I think it's longer than 15 minutes. I think maybe 15, 20 minutes if you get on double speed.
Yeah. So
Well, most of the training is about, helping you build your post, what kind of content to post, etc. And I don't think you have to watch the videos to the end to get to the next lesson. But I would recommend you watch the last 2 videos, maybe, which are more about the party itself and the rules of conduct for the group on how to support each other. So just make sure you watch that. I think it's a before last or something.
Gregory and Harold have been patient with their hand up. We
Oh, he
should,
has his hand
oh,
up, so-
yeah, more patient than I might be. I don't know who was first, but we'll just start from left to right. Gregory.
Good morning, everybody. I'm having major difficulties with my computer today, so I'm on my iPhone. And I just want to clarify in my mind a couple of points. The post that we're going to share on our posting party tomorrow, is that something we already have to post to LinkedIn? Or are we introducing it there?
No, you post to LinkedIn first,
Mhm.
and then you'll grab the URL. You just look for
Right.
the 3 dots, and then you'll take that, you'll go back into Beep Together, and they're going to ask you for 2 things. They're going to ask you for a description of the post, and they're going to ask you for a direct URL link to the post.
I'll just add to what Ed's saying. You don't want to post it to LinkedIn until, you're close to the posting part.
Yeah, 11 o'clock.
Because
Wait
the
till 11
time,
o'clock.
yeah, you want to get it within that 1 or 2 hour window.
That's what I was wondering, if I posted it today.
No.
I'll be
Yeah,
well
you're not going to
past
get as
it.
much traction.
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wait till it's time at 11 o'clock, then post.
Yeah, you
can
have to
have
get
it
15
sitting
and
there.
15 within a certain, within
2
that
hours.
hour, 2
For
hours.
a window, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that window. And before you're presented to the LinkedIn gods to distribute out to other people.
And my other one is with regard to the hashtag for this group. Do we attach that into our post as well, or do we enter that somewhere tomorrow as we're joining the party, or
On the post. On the
Both.
post.
on the
'Cause
post?
You have the
Both.
opportunity at the bottom of the post to add hashtags.
Excellent.
There's some that LinkedIn will suggest to you, which is fine. Pick the ones that that are appropriate, but just make sure you add the essentials for number 4 biz as one of the hashtags.
That way
All
other
right.
people can find you, yeah.
Okay.
And then if you can't afford to, or you don't want to do the Beat Together thing, you still can do the hashtag. It's just you're not guaranteed how many people are going to engage.
Oh, I joined the Beat Together and I'm halfway through the tutorial, so I
Awesome.
should be up and ready to go tomorrow morning. I figured I'd start with the $29.95 program first, see how engaged I can become before I up it to 12.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Awesome.
Harold's
Ron?
up next, and then Ron. Oh yeah, Harold, for what his hand came down, but he was.
Oh, Harold?
Yeah. How do I
think
take
most
mine
of-
down?
Most of the
know.
questions that Greg asked were my questions as well. So you answered them. Basically, you should post immediately before the Beep Together session, and the hashtag goes into the post. And then you basically, whenever you have time during the day, you search for the hashtag, and then you start commenting on the. So it's basically a second session, isn't it? Kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Ron?
for me, we should pick the middle session, but if you go on the first session and then on the second session as well, and the middle session, is that okay? Or
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, you could, if you wanted to, Harold, if you wanted to stack your post, you would post it right before the first posting party, and you contribute to it, and then you would try on the second one the same day. You can stack them the same day and get a lot of traction. It's just a matter of how much time you want to put into it,
Yeah, it's just that I'm based in Germany or in Europe, so for me the time is different. Probably, the second posting party is going to be late in the evening, so or later in the evening anyway. So, but yeah, so I think I got everything. Thanks. Guys.
Yeah, we want to try to be on the same one if possible. If you just can't do it, and if you want to do 2 of them, you can. As soon as you get traction on one, I think Ed, you've done it where did you do 3 posting parties in a day?
Yeah,
Something
the way I do
insane
it
for me
with,
to do that, but-
sometimes I'll do 5, but I'm looking at how much engagement and how much reach I get each time. If I see that the reach is beginning to decline, then I stop. If you see that you're getting momentum as you stack them, then keep going.
Mhm.
So you're literally restacking the same post in different parties to try to encourage getting a lot more responses from people.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he's posting one time,
It's the same post.
stacking the
Same
posting
post.
party on that one post.
Oh.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
not posting it 3 times.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not reposting it. It's the same.
Oh, no,
post.
no, that's, I mean, you're
That's
going
what I
into
thought.
different parties and using the same URL.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
Ron is waiting. Ron is very animated. He
I know.
always draws the eye. I see him like 90% of
He's
the
just
time.
like, you know.
There you go. That's what he does.
I'm supposed to be an entertainer, so I gotta catch the eyes any way I can, really. Thank you for taking my call.
Like your mic too.
Thank you,
Yeah.
appreciate it.
You can bump the volume up, though.
Like above.
Yes, sir.
That better?
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
perfect.
All right, cool. So basically, I'm just looking at a very simple post, just a poll, and then just like a story poll question, the responses, comment below for like the last poll question. That cool enough? Is that good
Yeah,
enough?
that
All right.
works.
Yeah. Do you have a particular CTA, call to action? Is there a reason for the poll?
Mostly for provoking engagement. That was it. So trying to think of a more appropriate call to action.
And that's fine too. I always try to, like, for example, my tip is really to say, oh, Troy got a really good tip for LinkedIn. He's a LinkedIn guy. It's how have them to connect the dots, really. And so I try to do something to put good value out there, but I also want to convert, to potential relationships in business. So I would probably urge you to just, maybe not this time, but whenever in general when you're posting, figure out, your call to action in order to engage further, and it could lead to whatever your goals are eventually.
Yeah. So that may be for Friday. We'll see about that. Thank you.
Cool.
And Ron, one strategy for your questions of the poll, as Troy's mentioned before, there is no wrong answer. And number 2, try to select your questions to identify the people you prefer to work with, so you want to connect with. So people who answer with yes to a particular question, okay, this is the kind of people I would like to be focused on. So it doesn't have to be how. So the polls can be very useful that way, because LinkedIn will also give you access to the list of people who voted a certain way.
Yeah. I think we have Matthew been also present, waiting for us.
How you doing?
Good.
This is really good stuff. Yeah, so I put together groups of people that want to serve as dentists. So dentists is our target, or people who sell to dentists. And typically it'll be a lawyer, a CPA, an insurance guy, a financial planner, all of whom are looking to connect with dentists. So my question is there a way to use this tool, the Beep training, so that we can have one of those guys provide a done for you service? So they'll have the system, they'll learn how to do it, but they do it on behalf of 5 people. So
Recording in
Yeah, I would suggest the following. Instead of advertising a direct business, supply a tip on how to contact a dentist. Saying if you're this, and you contact a dentist, and these are some of the things that we do, and then even do a PDF where you have 3 or 4 slides. The 4th slide could be something along the lines of, could have your information on the 4th slide. That way, they're actually going through it and getting a tip. And then they say, well, if you need more ways to engage with dentists, feel free to reach out, or something like that. That might be a subtle way of doing it versus saying, hey, do you want me to connect you with these guys? Because LinkedIn people will see that real quick. So provide value first, and then maybe your contact information on the last one.
Well, for everyone that we're helping to market, they've already co-authored an article with us. So we know, if they're going to read the article, that they're somewhat interested, like we say.
Oh, yeah.
Or indeed tax credits, I got 2,500 hits on just that. haven't been able to figure out how to do it again. That's why I'm here.
Sometimes it's just timing, and sometimes certain people are interested in stuff like that. But usually, if someone has co-authored, they did some posts prior or some information you're going to use, as long as it's helpful to accomplish something, it's good. You just have to be careful on the selling portion of the business portion. So if you provide value, and the last one, they have maybe some contact information or for more tips or, contacting whatever you want to make it very subtle, then it's not aggressive, So you got to be, extremely careful on that, because even this free 5-day challenge that we're doing, I didn't even break 1,000. I didn't go to any posting parties either, but usually I get several thousand. And so my views were slashed probably by 4 times, just because I said, hey, a free event or something. It sounds a little, even though it's not salesy, I'm not making a dime off of this, but they perceive that as, and there's so many people that are trying to do that. They don't want the sales stuff to go above the networking stuff.
Got it. But the big thing that's been concerning me, I have the same experience, like down to 25%. Went from like 1,500 down to like 250.
Yeah.
And so it sounds like, you got to test again, because, like for example, would you embed the article in the post, or would you do the post and say, contact us for a copy of the article?
Well, how long is the article?
Usually 2 or 3 pages. LinkedIn has a limitation. I think it's 3,000 characters on the size of the article.
Yeah.
So it's never going to be long.
You can do a LinkedIn article.
Yeah, the article you can go as long as you want, I believe. It's the post that has the 3,000 character.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay.
So you can do a LinkedIn article, and then as soon as you hit publish, it'll have an option of you to make a post to identify the article. That's what you probably want to do in that case. But just to let you know, the reality is that articles don't get as much engagement in general. They're made for evergreen. They're made for reference points, Another thing you can do too is maybe pull some major quotes out of the article and create a nice PDF, and then have a single thought on that. Like I mentioned before, do 3 or 4 pages on that and just get the major concept out of it, And then you can say, hey, for the full article, go over here, and that it could be embedded in that PDF or whatever. If it's embedded in PDF, they don't count anything against you there. And then you can have a LinkedIn article with the whole thing in there and kind of repurpose that. There's a lot of different things you can do. Number one is you have to present something that's valuable to your audience. That's it. That's the main thing. Try to give without expecting any kind of reward. That's really where I get the most traction. I post something I think this is helpful, or this thing happened to me, I solved this problem, and I'm not asking for any kind of business. And then as soon as I create something that has my logo in front, boom, it's cut down by the views are cut down by 1/5. So you have to have that mindset, like I'm just helping people. And then if you're helping people, you create an attraction model, 2-way street, and that's really what you want. Someone says, oh, all you need is posting, this and that. So some people, yeah, but those people have like 100,000 followers. It's not, I don't even have that many followers. And so I always believe in just to give and always provide value. Come from a place of service, and that's from Jean-Michel. He used those words. Whether I post on LinkedIn, direct messages, I have DM campaigns, I post, and I have network meetings. So I have traffic coming in both ways. People find me and I find them. So I don't really rely on one method, At the end of the day, all I want is perhaps 1 or 2 new clients a month, So I take a slightly different approach with some of those things. Does that make sense?
Yeah, by the way, this is Matt. Just in case.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I thought you were on it yesterday. I said, because you were asking me questions and the thing, I said, weren't you on it? I said, thought you were on it, so.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Of course. Awesome.
So guys, you need to understand also we're in a unique situation here, unique opportunity. Because number one, we're all going to get into the posting party with Beep together, and we're going to get those 15 comments, and those are going to be people outside of our group, okay? And then we have the opportunity, because we are a group of 28 or so, 30 strong. We can actually, it's going to be a very interesting test, because we can really easily double, triple, quadruple that activity from the party if more of us comments on each other's posts on top of that,
Yeah.
And so
yeah, ideally, it would be great if we did the posting party and we had the hashtag and we went down the list. But realistically, I don't know if we all have time, so that's really, that's the truth of the matter,
Why don't we have a contest for that?
Yeah.
Why don't we have a couple other things added to the contest? The person who comments on the most people's posts and the person who has the most meaningful comments on posts.
Exactly. So that's
how are you going to track that?
We can look. And,
Oh
and then there's an honor system. How many comments did you make? I made 100 comments. Well, we know you're lying. 100 people in the group.
Could it be possible that based on how many likes a comment might get, that's how you choose who made the most favorable comment, and that could be from the group as well as just the judges?
I think we're gonna have I think it's easy to find volume and how many people have a view, how many views and stuff is. I'm gonna leave it up to Ed to identify those other things.
That's fine. No, we should put that in place, but there's got to be prizes. Troy, are you willing to do consultations with those two?
I have consulted. We have three. We have three.
We just add two more.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure. What would you want me to add? We have consultation on the first prize.
Yeah, do it for the comments. Do it for the, or they can pick whoever they want to work with. If they want to work with me or Jean-Michel.
We'll figure out something, and we'll do it offline and add it to the
consultation.
document, and it'll be there. I think we had a question here.
Most comments and most meaningful comments. Not money. We're not going to give you money, but we'll give you some time.
Well, that's
5
something,
minutes or so.
yeah, definitely something we're going to evaluate as we look at the performance of the post. And also, for us to help with this, you guys will have to send us a screenshot of your post with the views, so a few days later, the views, etc., because we don't have access to that information.
Well, we're going to have that discussion Friday, and they can do the screenshot Friday so we can see the number of views. Hey, Polly had an interesting question. She wants us to give her you guys feedback on your post before you post it. I think that's a good idea, and that's what we're going to do tomorrow. We start at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, 7:30 West Coast time. And if you have your post ready, at that time, if you want to show us the content and then ask us what we would do to make changes, totally open to that, So yeah, great question, Polly. And yes, we will help you. Not going to write it though.
Really, you got to read the fine print with Troy.
With Paul too. Look at him. He's razzing you. You're not even paying attention.
No, I see it. I'm getting ready to respond.
I have a question. And if you go into Canva and you make a slide that's actually like a cover for your post, and it has a link outside of LinkedIn, like to Doreen7steps.com is where my guide is. So if it's not in the post itself, I understand that you put it in the comments, but what about it being on the image? That seems like it wouldn't get dinged. Troy, if you're talking, you're muted.
I am totally muted. You have to realize that if you have an image with a URL on it, yeah, technically it's not there, but the LinkedIn people will see that. So what I would suggest is if you had a PDF, put it on the last slide. and have that as a hot link in the PDF, as well as maybe you can put it in the comments later on if you want.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, that might be good because also know the link will not be clickable on LinkedIn unless they download the PDF. Found that out the other day, but it shouldn't matter. You'll see it.
One
So
thing that I'll
Doreen has
point
7
out-
tips, huh? Oh no, Doreen has seven tips. Awesome.
And then Kathy just got them and said how good they are, and I thanked her.
Awesome. Awesome.
One
All
thing
right.
that I think you guys should keep in mind, a couple of things. First, LinkedIn is looking to make money. They're a for-profit business. So whatever you're doing, you should keep them in mind. Is this helping LinkedIn? Or is it taking traffic away? Or is it helping them build their business? You need to look at posts that LinkedIn would see as benefiting them. Because if it is, they're going to help you. If it's not, they're going to suppress your post. The second thing you should think about is selling in your post. And it doesn't matter who I ask this question to. If you see someone selling in a post, pitching their business, you look at the post. Do you engage with that post? By hands, raise your hands. How many times have you engaged with the post? It's obvious, an obvious promotion. Anybody? Yeah, it doesn't. It's a social network. It's not the time to do not the time to do self-promotion. You want to lead people to a situation where you can begin to sell them, but you don't want to start off. You don't want to lead with that. You can.
Yeah,
most people do.
Yeah, I had one post that I did, but I did it on purpose because it was funny. And the photographer had a weird shot, and I looked really odd. And I put the text, "He looks stupid, but he can get you clients."
Yeah, I like that one. That was funny.
So that was the only exception because it was just so hilarious. I got away with it.
Funny.
But besides that, I would never sell in the post.
It's hard. It's a hard thing to do and figure out because we think we're maybe soft selling. It's still selling. Soft selling is just as difficult to get traction with as hard selling is.
You know, Paul had an interesting question. He says promoting someone else's business. If you had a good experience with someone, yeah, you could say, "Hey, I just want to say thanks to Johnny. I was working with him. He did an awesome job. I want him to be recognized for that." You can do stuff like that, and promote someone else's stuff, and then you can tag that person, because then it's more of a celebration.
Polly asks, how does CTA work?
Okay, well, a call to action. So what is it that you want to do to drive a conversation? For example, if you say, I'm doing A, B, and C, so what are the things that you do, with a question mark? That last question is an actual CTA. It's identifying the person you're talking to in first, as a first person, and you're saying, what would you do? Feel free to comment below. So you're engaging a question or an idea to lead them to reply back. That's your call to action. Did that make sense, or was I just going in circles?
I just wanted to make sure, how do you do a call to action without selling? So that's
right. Yeah, it's just about engaging.
Informative. If you're doing something informative, is it just to get them thinking? Like I'm doing a story about gardening and how it grows and comparing that to a retirement account. And then I do a poll. I'm doing a poll asking, what are your favorite garden visitors? But that's not really related to, that's more just being cute. So I didn't know if that was appropriate.
Well, I tend to be purposeful on my posts. And you can be cute, but you gotta have an idea of the reason you're posting, you know? Because if not, you'll have the wrong people engage, and then you'll never, you know, you don't want to have the wrong people to continue to engage and not be able to convert eventually for business. So you want the right mindset, the right people. A poll automatically has a call to action because they have those questions in there. But any other kind of post, usually it's a question or statement to allow someone to think about it. So they're like, you know what, I kind of want to reply to that, you know? So you want to create something to cause an action to present a conversation, to build that conversation up. Someone has a 2-page PDF. When I go to LinkedIn upload, will it upload as 2 separate pages? No, it'll upload as one document and it'll show the first page. You know, you really should have at least 3 to 4 pages on a PDF though, because the engagements on the PDFs depend on linger time as well as number of clicks. So if we're clicking through it, that's an action that LinkedIn takes on. So 2 pages, you can't do 2 pages, but you know, engagement generally is not as high on 2 pages. But you just upload the whole PDF basically. And the hashtag is in the content portion, so that when you text. So all posts have a text portion to it, and you just add the hashtags within the conversation or at the end. We want to go ahead and add 3 to 5 hashtags in there. One is going to be the hashtag we just talked about, and the other 2 are maybe other subject matters that allow LinkedIn to kind of categorize your post within certain communities. Should we start now doing links to essential for biz? You can use, I mean, whenever you want, because if you're following it, we see it, you can get extra likes and comments if people see that. This is a very small group, so if everyone followed that hashtag and we looked at posts every day, yeah, even a few extra clicks are always a good thing. I encourage that. I encourage you to use the hashtag that gets you the best results. Let's say that. I would make a poll related to where they are in the retirement journey. Sure. Did you know work for a post? Yeah, you could say the top 5 tips for doing this, or did you know that? Those kind of action first lines are pretty good. That's very declarative, you know. Let's see. Any other people who want to add their LinkedIn page to the list of connections? Yeah, so Ed, did everyone add their LinkedIn? I think there was 30 of them there.
Yeah, there's over 30.
There's over 30 on that page. Did anyone?
Now we're at 39.
Oh, we're at 39 now? I'm gonna send some more invites out today then. All right. You don't want to repost something you already post, because LinkedIn will know that you posted.
There should be a new post.
Be a new post, yeah. So you post the same one you did yesterday for today, and it's gonna work against you.
Unless you're stacking.
Yeah, unless
if
you're
you're
doing
going
a
to
stacking
stack, you want to make sure you're using Beep together
and using
initially,
one post
right out of the gate. You want to have already hit that 15 metric before you start stacking.
Can you post a link to the LinkedIn post? I think we had it on the beginning of the chat. Here it was. No, the second one. No.
Which one?
No, I found it. Here you go. There you go. Awesome.
And just as a reminder, because you don't want to do this at the last minute. You don't want to sign up for Beep Together an hour before the post party, because you're going to have to go through that training video first, and it may get a bit frustrating as you're trying to rush to get through this training videos and you've got this clock running, I've got to get done with this before 11 o'clock. So you'd be well served to sign up for it today, go through the videos so you're not pressed and rushed to get through those training videos. Elisa's so smart. I'm so glad she pointed it out to us.
Yeah, she's a good kid.
She should be running the show.
Yeah, she should just tell you how to draw on crayons and stuff. She's playing games right now. What are you playing? She's playing some VR game.
So are there any other questions? We don't have to stay on 2 hours just because we said we're going to do that. If
Yeah, I think I want to do lunch, so I'm gonna drop out.
We can wrap up.
Well, you know, guys, what I'd like to say is, you know, we're doing an experiment here. We have a good group of people. So, you know, we start working with that new hashtag, and who knows, maybe we, you know, in the near future, we're gonna keep supporting each other on our posts and grow our community. And you know, I think I'm excited to see the kind of results you're gonna be surprised to see the kind of results you're gonna get on those posts too. It's a game changer, you know, and it's all about basically supporting each other, you know, and commenting intelligently on each other's posts. So it takes effort, but the results, the fallouts are going to be amazing, you know, because instead of getting a couple hundred views, you're going to get thousands of views on your post now. And just to remind you, one of the things that engagement on your post, you know, does, it's going to send a lot of traffic to your LinkedIn profile. So for those of you that are new on LinkedIn who haven't really developed content, you know, you should really consider that for maximum impact. Think of it as a landing page, right? So if you're creating some kind of marketing channel, sales funnel, and you basically sending traffic to a landing page. So a great performing post on LinkedIn is sending traffic to your LinkedIn profile. So make sure you're wearing your best suit, you're ready to receive that traffic and make a great first impression, provide value, write in the first person, share your passion, you know, because this is what it's all about. It's about building a relationship with like-minded people.
I want to say, Jean-Michel, wow, the way you connected with me is such a model. I mean, you looked at my profile and you gave me a couple of tips, and I just thought that you taught me something by the way you responded to me. Thank you so much.
That's my pleasure, Roy. That's my pleasure. And that's and we can all do this. We can all learn how to do this, you know, and I'll tell you, because we're all very busy, right? It is difficult to make time to meet new people and connect with new people, right? Because we don't necessarily see an immediate financial gain or benefits. But if we change our mindset, you know, and I'll tell you, this is what I do. I treat every new person I meet as a valuable, special person. When you do this, your mindset changes, because think about it. You meet a new person and they can support you in many different ways. They can endorse some of your skills on LinkedIn. Bang, that helps your LinkedIn SEO. Thank you, we're supporting each other. So when you meet a new person, endorse a few of their skills. You're helping them, even let them know if you like. You know, that's the line I use. I endorse some of your skills to help you rank higher in the LinkedIn search engine, free SEO. We're helping each other. We're already supporting each other in some way. And maybe we're not going to be become a client. Maybe we'll be strategic partner. Maybe we'll send clients each other's way, because we learn about each other. We know about what we do and how we can help others. So think of it this way, you know, build a relationship, be genuine, offer help, be of service. You never know where that next client is going to come from. You know, that next partnership is going to come from. And it's all about the people you know, as you know, right? You hear this all the time. It's all about the people you know. The more people know about what you do and the kind of person you are, the more business, the more partnership you build over time.
You also have to look at it like this. If there are 10 people that are doing what you do, how are you going to stand out between all those other people? You know, what Jean-Michel said makes total sense. Well, I'm going to deal with the person I like, you know, that I know better and I trust, know, like, and trust. And if you gain that know, like, and trust factor, and if they need whatever it is that you have, they're going to naturally come to you before the other individual. And that's really about personalization, you know, going and taking the extra time to just engage. I unfortunately did not engage. I just sent out invites for this group because I was short on time. So forgive me. But in general, he's absolutely right. You have to figure out how to separate yourself, and not just in an engagement. Jean-Michel brought up profiles quite a bit. So what's the chance of them looking at your profile before they connect? It's about a 50-50 toss, right? So if your profile is stellar, there's a higher chance to be connected. And if your profile is standing out and has some unique factors in it, those few points or percentages that bump you up for getting connected versus not might make the difference between building that relationship and not. So you have to have all your dominoes in a row.
And I see some comments here. Appreciate you guys, and in the chat. Also, so you know, a model when you connect with somebody is the first thing is give you some tips because I see a couple questions there. So number one, learn about the person by looking at their profile, and that's the beauty of LinkedIn, right? Because LinkedIn is the place where you can have the most amount of information about someone. You know, you have their skills, you have their career progression, the things they're doing now, sometimes some personal story, a link to their website. So there's a tremendous amount of information there about a person. And you have to remember, particularly since the pandemic, you know, we all been feeling very isolated, right? We're social animals. It's been difficult, it's been tough, right? And people want to be loved. People want to be noticed. Right. So the first thing you do when you meet a new person, learn about them and notice them. So reflect back some of the things you hear, you read about them. You know, compliment them on some things they've done well. Okay. Number two, look for something in common you have with them. That's another strategy, right? So you look at something. Hey, you know, you play chess, I play chess. That makes an instant connection, right? You love dogs, I love dogs, right? Well, guess what? You have 50% chance to love dogs, right? Unless you like cats better, right? So actually, it's very easy to make a connection with someone and find something in common. You went to the same school, you study the same thing, you have the same interest. So when you start sharing some of those commonalities, then share a little bit of your personal story. That's how you're going to make an emotional connection. But you see, there is no selling involved. All we're doing here is we are learning about each other. And you can use this line if you are a little more aggressive. You know, you can use something like, you know, looking forward to learning more about you and superpowers, and exploring how we can support each other or work together in the near future. Always present yourself as equals, right? So I'm not here trying to sell something to somebody down here, right? Yeah, they're gonna see me come with my big shoes and my big suitcase from a mile away, right? No, we are equal. We're here to support each other. We're here to help each other. When we come from a place of equal and service, something magical happens because the conversation moves slowly moves easily, and you will get that conversation. You'll learn about each other. So always think of that. Equal, hip to hip. I was talking with some healthcare clients. That's what they call it, hip to hip, right? Or peer to peer, people to people. So hopefully that helps you be more bold and in engaging your new connection. And then we have a comment from Kevin here. One of my mentors said, given a choice, people always go back to where they were proactively made to feel special. Very, very well said. And that's exactly that. We have to be genuine. Remember, we have to be genuine in wanting to help others. And I know there's a lot of coaches here on the call today, and we have to show up as coaches. People need our help right now. And we do what we do very well because we care about other people and we care about making a difference in their life, in their business. And that's why we're here. LinkedIn is amazing.
Go ahead.
I says LinkedIn is amazing to make those connections.
I just want to point out that Jennifer Glass is in the house. Jennifer, good to see you. And a shout out to my good friend, Kevin Paschke. If I don't shout out to him, he's going to give me a hard time later that I didn't mention him. Welcome, Kevin.
Yeah, Jennifer has to drop off. She just told me. She just popped in. We had a little convo. She's going to be a speaker on the show after next. Or the Troy show.
Yeah, we're very grateful to have Jennifer. She's been a great sponsor, and we're going to have a very exciting show next month.
Thank you. I look forward to it.
Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and
See you all
drop.
tomorrow.
Awesome. Thanks, Jennifer. All right, guys, I got to drop off and feed this little animal here. So.
Right. Are you going to be doing VJ this morning?
I'm sorry?
Are you going to be doing Velocity Jam this morning?
No, I'm going to go ahead and create the post for tomorrow. I won't be doing Velocity Jam.
Yeah, that takes an hour, you say.
Yeah, so I'm just
Thank you. Thank you guys for everything. Bye-bye.
Awesome.
Thank you so
Thanks
much
for being here.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Learned a lot.
And good luck with your post.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye to all my new friends.